It's such an honor to remember our forebears. We pour libations. It's a West African tradition, a Yoruba tradition specifically, but many cultures around the world remember their ancestors in similar ways. We would not be here, we would not have the hope and the strength that we have without them. And so I'm going to mention a few of them, and others in this room will as well. I want to call out the names of Paul Robeson and Marian Anderson, and before them, Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, Bayard Rustin, Martin Luther King, Howard Thurman, Ella Baker, and we have some people who have gone to be with the ancestors very prematurely, like Amadou Diallo, Tamir Rice, Sandra Bland, Tatiana Jefferson, Trayvon Martin. I'd like to remember my own father, even though he lived a long, full life, David Moore Sr. Who do you remember?
Megan Hockaday.
Megan Hockaday. Tamir Rice again.
Alberta Johnson.
Alberta Johnson.
Mr. McVickers.
Mr. McVickers. Malcolm X.
Jackie Robinson.
Jackie Robinson. Maya Angelou, since you mentioned Malcolm X. Jeffrey Dennis. Chadwick Boseman. You who are watching, go ahead and recite the names of figures that are important to you, even if they are hidden figures in the eyes of the culture. When I say hidden figures, I'm not just referencing people like Katherine Johnson, whose story was featured in the movie by that title, but I mean all of the hidden figures, because our history was stolen from us and we are now in the process of recovering it. So think of whoever it is that crosses your mind, including your own relatives, including your grandparents or whoever, if their name is meaningful to you. And I pour now in behalf of all of those people. Let's pause for a moment. Creator, we are profoundly grateful to experience a connection with the universe, with all people and all species and the earth itself. We are profoundly grateful. We are in awe of Creator and creation. And we are in awe of the survival of Black people. Around the world, we applaud Pan-Africa, and we say that many have died, but we together are rising up. Amen. Thank you.
Reverend Dr. Moore, please come and talk to us before you leave. We would love to talk to you. Oh my God.
Take a seat.
Thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for that amazing libations. We appreciate that.
It's a joy.
Thank you.
So we have had the pleasure of getting to know you, but why don't you introduce yourself for everyone watching?
Well, I've been married for 43 years. and have 5 adult children who are now trying to parent us. That's just how it works. I've been in Santa Barbara for 38 years. I am alum of UCSB and then St. Stephen's University in Canada for my master's and University of South Africa for my doctorate.
So, do you have a fond memory of Juneteenth that really stands out to you that you would like to share?
Well, I once lived in Oxnard, and even after we came to Santa Barbara, that was the place where we knew about black people, because the people that I knew when I was attending UCSB, for the most part, were gone. Some were still here, but they were gone, and so I would go back to Oxnard. And so I remember the Juneteenth event at Plaza Park in the middle of town that was really in some ways like a reunion. And I saw a lot of people that I went to high school with at the event. And so it was very warm. Yeah. There was music, you know, bands rotating, and other performances. Yeah. We did not, as, you know, growing up in California, many of us lost a lot of our heritage. And so I was not even aware of Juneteenth until I was well into adulthood.
Same for me. I mean, I one of my first Juneteenths was 2 years ago, so.
Milwaukee celebrates it. I'm from Milwaukee, and so they celebrate it. And
you have more black people than we do.
And I remember like coming. I was like sixth or seventh grade, one of those. And I didn't know what it was up until then. And then I got to, and they had like a parade and everything, and there was like dancers and all this stuff. And I was like trying to figure out what was this Juneteenth thing that they were talking about. And so, although I feel like that was a little later in the game, everybody always talks to me about it. And they were like, well, I don't even know what it was until I was in my adulthood as well, or like the high school kind of college realm, because I think college really does introduce you to the joys of the world, you know, and the freedom and free thinking and all of those things, and like acceptance and nurturing yourself and all of that. So that was when I kind of got it, you know, but when I got it at a young age. I got it at a young age, and I was thinking like I was like way behind, so, oh, wow.
Well, I have a friend, he's a professor of history and ethics in Chicago who used to live here, and he called me one day. He was leaving Oakland and flying back to Chicago, and he said to me, you know, I think Oakland is the only place on the West Coast where there's a concentration of black consciousness. And this is after he'd traveled, given lectures, book signings, all the way up the coast. So, Black Panther, Oakland, right?
Oh, So speaking of that, like, what is your hope for the next generation here in Santa Barbara?
Well, you in this room are the next generation as far as I am concerned. And I feel like, you know, to use the imagery of a relay, track relay, I feel like I'm in the process of passing the baton. And I want to make sure, because it's a delicate process, I want to pass it at the right time, at the right moment.
Well, my promise to you is that I will be there to catch it.
And I'll PR.
Because we all have to do our part, for sure. Be there to catch it, y'all. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for doing what you do for our community. Thank you for allowing yourself to do that, making the choice to do that, and just being that example.
Libations.
Yes, thank you so much. We appreciate you.